What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idle Adventure mode, and this is hopefully going to be the final episode in this series. Now, I am going to do the Impending Darkness event. It is not necessarily the most ideal time to do this, but as of today, the modding contest ends, and there's some really killer mods, so I really want to go check them out, and instead of being able to finish everything off, I want to just finish off adventure mode, get this capped off, and go test some stuff. Because I'd like to be able to try the mods out tomorrow and get away from this soon. So, I know that sounds like a defeatist attitude towards this, but I've thrown the expansion twice now, and this really isn't doing anything more. I wanted to see how the early game was, basically, with all the expansion stuff and everything we've had, and I've seen that now, and I'm ready to go try. I'm like really itching to try these mods, so I'm gonna go do this really quickly. I have my Cliff Notes queued up on the side here. I've got everything set up. I should be ready to go. I hopefully have enough summoning tablets for everything. I only cranked out about 10,000 of these, so hopefully that's enough, but we're going to try it out and see how it goes. So let's see what this does. A quick overview of what I'm running currently is all the Terran God gear. I have not gone into Dark Waters or Unhallowed Wasteland far enough to collect the gear out of it. I've gotten some of the bits and bobs, but this is the gear that I have, so this is what I'm going to run. We are also going to run some of the expansion stuff, namely the Hinder Scrolls for each combat style, and then the necklace and some of the different rings. But this necklace gives you tripled versus ranged, and then there's one tripled versus magic and tripled versus melee. So I've got those on. I am running the maximum skill cape at the moment because that gives me the Slayer skill cape plus all the other stuff. All the other, combat skill capes rolled into it. And, of course, Fury of the Elemental Zodiacs for everybody. In this case, I'm going to try the Terran God Sword. I believe this thing has a unavoidable attack that does 250% max hit. So this thing should hit really hard. And this actually does have a little bit of damage reduction. It's got 8% on it, so I'm going to try that out. And then I'm running the Iridium Onyx Ring, which is a little bit of accuracy bonus and stuff like that. Whatever. I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. For magic, what are we running for spells? We're going to be running regular old Fire Surge because you get extra damage with the fire spells. So I'm not going to run Ancient Magic at the first. We'll see how things go. And then we're going to run Anguish 3 Curse and Surge 2 Aurora. So we're running the same tripled verse melee, this same necklace. And then on the ring, I'm going to run this is a 0.25 max hit percent for each 1% of damage reduction the enemy has. So it should scale up the hit a little bit. I'm just kind of curious to see how it goes. I guess I should point out that I'm running Minotaur Siren tablets for melee, and then we're going to run Witch Siren for magic, and then slightly different, I'm going to do Centaur and Dragon for ranged. And then on the range side, let's see, we're going to do the same thing with the necklace here, triples it for fighting magic. On this side, I'm running the Slayer's crossbow. We're going to be a lot in Slayer areas, so we're going to try that out. And then I've got the Scaled Shield and Deadeye Ring. And I guess I should say I've got the Earth Layered Shield over here and the Fire Imbued Wand. So I think I want to turn this off. I did have the auto gear swap on. I think I want to turn that off because I don't want it switching back and forth on me. I think I want to actually control that. So we are going to go to the dungeon and we're going to click on Impending Darkness and we're going to start the event. So we need to pick a debuff that we take. So Slayer area effects are 5% stronger. Probably not. Don't want that one. 100% chance to ignore stuns and freezes. No, absolutely don't want that one. You know what? That's a bad roll. So we're going to stop the event. Like all three of those sucked. You don't want the one where they take fire and they hit you and knock you out of your automatic heal or your manual heal, I should say. So I don't want any of that. I want this, and this. I'd like to at least get one good roll right off the bat. So 15% damage reduction and plus 15 global evasion. So this one here, heal 4% every turn. That's one of the ones you don't want. This is probably the least worst. So then we start here. Now the key difference with this is normally you would have to have a whole bunch of Slayer gear and stuff, and we're just not going to have to do that. So let's start the fight. And we're right on the right combat. This is 1250. We have an auto eat of 4617, whatever it is. So we're going to have to watch those stacks. But putting them to sleep and then hitting them hard. Oh, and I'm going to run damage reduction 4s. I think that'll do it. This is only doing 1275, so that should be well outside the auto eat. So, yeah, switch to, nope, this. I make sure I'm on the right one. It's been a while since I've ran this. Oh yeah, look at how much of a difference that makes. Like, it used to be kind of borderline being able to take all this. Now it's well underneath the damage. And I'll point out before somebody asks, this is adventure mode, so I get this a lot where somebody will say, hey, you've got a lot of hit points on there, and that's because adventure mode has a 10 times multiplier. And I think instead of making you sit through all these trash mobs, basically what I'm going to do is go through the Unhallowed Wasteland, Dark Waters, Shrouded Badlands, and then the Perilous Peaks will end it off. And then we'll come back at the boss fight. So we'll be back in a moment. All right, we are back with the first Bane fight, and it is going to be ranged. Good time to point out that I did try to equip the Onyx bolts on here, but you can't. You can't do Onyx or Meteorite or any of those. I guess those are still considered combat parts, so you can't actually use any of the armor or weapons from the expansion. So I thought I'd just toss on these Jadestone bolts and go that route. Now, we do have a couple interesting options here. We can, and for prayers, I'm running like Battleborn and Avidity, that kind of stuff, the highest tier because I've got full 120. So with this Bane fight, we want to actually put on Protect Ranged, and I think we want to put something on that is going to protect us from the boss. So one option that we have is this, which gives 4% damage reduction. And this amulet isn't going to help a whole lot, to be honest with you. Like, this is for fighting an enemy, and this is for ranged max hit against a magic enemy, which we're going ranged to ranged. So if anything, I probably want this Iridium Zephite so that I could have a little bit more damage reduction if I want damage reduction. Now, do we have anything that's interesting in the combat section? This is for magic. That's range to magic. Yeah, that's that same one. Slayer doesn't count. Hit point regen. I don't know that we do or don't want that. Killing a ranged Slayer task. Nope. That's for magic. Regen. Killing a Slayer task. We've got this thing. Perform a normal attack. Gives the enemy minus 1% damage reduction that stacks up to... We could try this, but we can't because it's not a passive one. So you have to replace the Fury of the Elemental Zodiacs, which I do not want to do. So that's kind of the options that we have, it looks like. We could use the Guardian Amulet if we need to for a lot of extra damage reduction. I'd rather be pushing things for DPS. But let's see how this goes. Now, amazingly, this has been a very easy travel so far. Like, I was just wiping the floor with creatures. So we are going to start the fight, and let's see. We used to have to manually heal through a lot of this. Oh, applies sleep if you're down below 50%. I got to watch that. Don't want to be slept, but he's not doing a whole lot of damage. Yeah, he's not doing a whole lot of damage at all. So if we can get a good poison or fire off on him, that's just going to knock down his hit points fairly far. I don't remember if we have to worry about anything else on here. I think that's the healing one. I think the suffocate was the one we had to worry about because it puts you to sleep. There we go with some fire damage. Guess I'll let that tick down to the little lobster or crab. He's trying to heal. A little more suffocate coming in. Of course, that doesn't ever miss. Although I must be getting some healing in here somewhere. I thought I saw my health jump. Yeah, I am getting some health in here. Where am I getting that from? Is it this thing? Nope. Why am I generating healing? I'm not complaining, but I don't know what it is that would be causing it. 4230. Oh, yeah, he's just totally not, even with these stacks, he's not getting into it. This is almost a trivial fight now. I like how they've updated this to where you can use some of this Throne of the Herald stuff on here, because that makes this fight easier. This fight was a real bear to get through. And anything that makes this fight easier so that it goes faster and people can actually progress forward through it. And this is kind of what I wanted to check out, was to see how this fight goes, because I was more curious about how all the early game content is with the Throne of the Herald stuff. So cool. We're done with that. Okay. I need to pick another thing. 20% max hit. That's like the best one you can get right there. So we'll put that on and we'll go back to this. And we'll set this, you know what, I'll just replace that in case I need to come back to it. Now over here, I can't use the shield because I'm using this here. Although I could switch over. Whatever. We're going to go to the next Slayer area, which is back into the Unhallowed Wastelands. So we've got a little bit of extra modifiers on here. Switch over to that. And once again, I will see you back at the Bane fight. We'll be back in a minute. All right, so we are back with another Bane fight. I think I'm going to switch out my dragon off of range, and I'm going to put that onto magic. Because I think when I get to the magic part, I think I want that instead of sleep. Once we're fighting Bane, I mean. So I'm going to equip these back over to there. So there will be sleep on melee and ranged, and fire damage on this side. So now I need to switch over to melee. So we're going to test this out. The other thing I've switched out is I swapped that amulet that I had up here for this shield of melee power. This is what we got for completing the first section of this. You get a shield for the first 3. So I'm going to equip this thing on here. I want to test this out. It seems to be doing fairly well. So the thing that I had on was only good against ranged. So on any of these fights, really, that was it was 5% damage, extra damage, but tripled if you were fighting a ranged enemy. This is 10% extra max hit, plus 10% chance to stun, and minus 5% damage reduction to enemies. So this is better all around. I'm going to switch off to that, and I'm going to leave this Iridium Onyx ring on here because I don't think there's anything better for melee at this point. Click the wrong button. That's the one that we have. So we could do some more damage reduction or something. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think I want DPS on this. So I think I'm going to leave it like it is. I do want to switch out my prayers, and I want to take out, I want to keep all the accuracy that I can get, but I want to take out put protect melee on. So let's see how this fight goes. He's doing next to no damage. If I can get those crushing blows in there, like this thing's unavoidable, that'll just rock his world. Okay, we got to worry about suffocation. Want that hit to go first. I think we could take a little bit of suffocation and not have to worry about it. But if that crushing blow is going to go and I'm not going to take massive damage from it, then I want to make sure. Okay, he's doing 4,000 damage already. We got to watch that suffocate. Why is he up to 4,000 damage so fast? What did he give me? I didn't pay attention. He had something in it. It's not these stacks. But as you can see, we are just chunking this thing off and just doing mass damage. This is a completely different fight. Like, this is a far different fight. I remember having to hold the heal button throughout this entire thing the last time I did this. Now it's just big chunks of health coming off. And I'm not using necessarily the better gear that I would have been using at that point either. I'm going to let that crushing blow hit because that should finish him. Bam. There we go. Shield of ranged power. Now we got to take this one, and I think I want this. 15% damage reduction. No, I don't want either of those. So 20,000 max hit points. Yeah, that's the one I want right there. So we're going to switch over to this, and I want to look at this shield real quick. 10% ranged. Yeah, I think we're going to replace that passive. So we'll equip that and shove that over into here, and then we're going to put it on passive. So the passive, we're not going to get the damage reduction out of it. I think these have better damage reduction. I guess I have to unequip it. Let me set that here. I think this has better damage reduction overall if I was to compare it. Yeah, it's got 1% extra damage reduction, but I think I would be more beneficial to put it here because this is taking damage reduction away from the enemy. It's giving me more hit, more critical hit chance, and I got poison on still, poison shield on. So that gives me a chance to do poison and sleep and everything. So, okay, we are going to start the next phase and we will be back at the next Bane fight. All right, so we are back with the next Bane fight, and I just totally realized I never changed my prayer over. Can I just tell you how absolutely relaxing this has been? Like, I used to dread this, not dread it, but it was always kind of an anxiety fight. Now this is just total cakewalk. Like, this is not an issue at all. Not an issue. He came out healing right out of the gate. Well, there's crushing blow for you. Have fun with that. I guess I got to pay attention to this fight, but man, this has just been incredibly easy of a fight. Like, it's just not the same fight that I'm used to. Guess I better watch my healing on this because he is getting into the 4,000 range of damage, although he's not hitting right at the moment, which is good. Be nice to unleash a crushing blow in here somewhere. I'm watching that crushing blow hit, and it's hitting for like 30 grand damage. It's just decimating things, and it is hilarious. And I was trying to figure out, I get these heals in here every once in a while, and I was trying to figure out where those heals are coming from. And it kind of dawned on me that I think it's coming from astrology. We've got, I think, what's it called down there? There's something in astrology. Oh, here we go. Boom! Close to 30,000. But I think there's something in astrology that is, oh God, something that regens health. So I think there's some reflect damage in there too. So some of the damage that he's taken is inflicted from himself. That hit. Oh yeah, we're going to let that crushing blow slam in there. Boom! You're done. Get out of here. All right. This fight is so much easier. I cannot tell you how happy I am, how easy this is. Apply affliction, no. We want... See, these all suck. We don't want him healing anything every 2 turns. We don't want a chance to apply affliction. I think the least worst out of this... Plus 10 max hit. Minus 10 attack interval. We definitely don't want that one. We don't want... A chance to apply affliction. Where's this one fit? Yeah, this is, it's like the least worst. All right, I'll take that. And I think I need to go in and make sure and change this so that I'm getting the better benefits. And let's go through and put this. This is magic. I don't believe this is better than, let's put this over here. I think that's just 9% damage reduction. So it's actually less damage reduction. I think I'll go do the same thing here. I'll put that in the passive slot just like the others. And we will go on to fight some more. So once again, I will see you at the next Bane fight. And we are back. Once again, fighting Bane with melee. This used to be the one you didn't want to do. Now it's like, all right, bring it on. because it's just not that big a deal. I think I don't remember if the Terran Godsword always had damage reduction on it, but that makes it a huge difference because this thing's got that crushing blow right there. When that thing lands, it just instantly does damage. Like there's no avoiding it. So it's going to do mass damage. And you get a few of those knocking off. It's just fantastic. So this fight is just so much different. Oh, I guess I better watch my health. Oh, of course he's going to heal a million times. Need to land some more of those crushing blows. It's the suffocate. Oh, I skipped it. I should have let that run. He's definitely doing some more damage. If this continues, I might run and come back because I'd like to get through this fight. It's only been like an hour, a little over an hour. Hour and 15. And this fight's usually slated for like 2 hours, so it's still taking, a fairly decent amount of time. Yeah, he keeps healing back. What would be cool is if there was something that caused that crushing blow to go off more often. That would be handy. Because it goes off 30% of the time now, or 15% of the time. If you could get it to go like 30% of the time, that'd be kind of cool. Oh, we're going to let this one hit. Boom. Yeah. Oh, I love seeing that thing hit. And that's something I actually picked up on one of those speed runs we did. I can't remember which one it was, but there was something that I could not kill. I just couldn't get damage on it. And somebody gave me the idea of using that thing because it's got, it doesn't miss. Oh, this is going to be close. Yep, got it. I don't know exactly where 50% hit points is, but. And we are definitely in the range that I could die in one hit. So we're building up stacks pretty quickly here. This is definitely coming up strong. Now the fight's actually starting to get difficult. And the melee side is actually the worst one you can do. I was looking at, oh, give it to me, give it to me. You're dead. Done. That's it. Okay, now we got to pick another one. Ignore stuns and freezes. This is the one that they really want you to take right off the bat. But I think I'll take this one here. So I want to be able to stun Bane. Well, you can't stun Bane. That's why they tell you to take that. He's got stun immunity. But everything else you can stun. So I don't like taking it because I can stun everything else. You have 5 Bane fights and that's it. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this ring and we're going to lock it, drop it in here. And I want to replace this on, what did I just do? I did not want to replace it here. Where's the melee version of this? I want to put this on ranged because I've got that crappy Deadeye ring. So that should build that up a little bit more. That hits harder there. Yeah, so that looks good. All right, so I will see you at the final Bane fight, I think. Be right back. Okay, and here we are with what should be the final battle. Now, the thing that sucks with this is that this is still a fairly long fight. This has been going on for an hour and a half, and I kind of was hoping that this would be a little quicker fight, but man, it is just not. Somewhere in here, I have this thing. Does this do more damage? Let's see here. Can I switch out? Ooh, I can. So I've got 12,029. Oh, no, it does way less. Definitely want the Slayer crossbow because this is, the weird thing is this is a dungeon in Slayer areas. So I think both rules apply. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that so that we get this. And let's just finish this fight. So he can still do suffocate, which sleeps after 50%. So we don't want to hit that. And I think we want to heal through overwhelming power, if I remember right. That's like the bad one you don't want to get hit with. And he's just going to keep spamming it, of course. And then we've got Mist Walk. I should have switched out to the fire. The fire synergy. Be nice if more of these hit, but that's all right. This shouldn't be too bad of a fight, really, all things told. I don't know that I can put him to sleep. Yeah, he's immune to sleep, so I should have put the, didn't think about that. I definitely should have put the fire one on here. Totally didn't think about that aspect of it. And it's too late to switch at this moment, so kind of stuck with it. That's all right. We'll knock this out fairly quickly. It would go a little better with the dragon synergy, doing the fire damage on him, because it'd proc while he's sitting there doing this other crap. But that's fine. That is A-okay. In fact, we could probably just hold heal on this the rest of the way. Does he heal? He does Mist Walk. Yes, he does heal. I thought so. I think there is some other boss that doesn't heal. Can't remember which one it is. Oh, it's Into the Mist. It's the one before this. Yeah, we're knocking him down. He's not gone into that endless mist walk cycle, which is probably about to start. But we're getting fairly close, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And we do a little poison damage. Negate some of that. Negate some of the healing, I should say. All right. Suffocate, more suffocate. Keep doing suffocate because that is weak sauce. Weak sauce. All right, overwhelming power. We're going to manually heal. And done. That's it. Done and over with. So that is the end of adventure mode. We now have full access to the end game. You know, this was a straight up walk in the park. I can't imagine how much easier it would be if I'd have let this go all to 120s. Like if I'd had full 120s and the superior maximum skill cape plus all the stuff in Dark Waters and the Unhallowed Wasteland, get everything fully upgraded, get the melee, get the full Ultima God Sword fully upgraded, like just full on damage. That would have been still a much easier fight from there. So anyway, that is going to do it for adventure mode. Like I said earlier, I wanted to complete this off, get this done so we can start messing around with all the wonderful mods that we have. And the contest is over today. I don't know if it's still running. I don't know what hour of the day they're going to stop it. I did see a few get tucked in there. So maybe it's going to be, I don't know if it's like what time zone it's cutting off. But anyway, adventure mode is done. We are going to be moving into the mod realm starting tomorrow. So that will do it for this one. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.